So it looks like I get to make another video. Yeah, so apparently I'm being proven right again, and they're trying to prove me wrong in doing so. Whatever. So how about we start with the definition of enabler, specifically narcissistic enabler. There have been comments in the past on Facebook with videos I've shared, even videos that had absolutely nothing to do with my soon-to-be ex-wife. And the videos are attacking, the posts are attacking me, the comments are attacking me. Not defending her, attacking me. And they can't defend her because I haven't attacked her. All I did was express my experience. It's crazy how that happens. So, narcissistic enabler. A person who consciously or subconsciously, knowingly or unknowingly, enables the abusive behavior of a narcissist, or broadly, an abuser. So, the legitimacy of my claim that I paid for that house has been challenged. I did not work for 3 years to pay off a 20-year note to be told I'm a liar. And I'm sure that there are people on her side that would like to believe that all I did was sit around and twiddle my thumbs all day and waste what money I did make on useless garbage, while she took all of her money and paid all the bills with it. She hasn't paid, she only paid the bills all on her own for 1 year after we quit. That's since I started working at the last place I worked at. I was there for 6.5 years. Under the table for about 2.5 of it. Yeah, that's right. 2.5 of it. On paper for 3.5. So, I have proof that I paid for that house. Did I pay for it all by myself? No, that's not my claim. And this particular enabler, you can find her in the comments. It's going to be fun whenever the people who actually know the truth get a hold of this. But hold on. I don't remember where I was going with that. I got distracted by a car. Anyway, I didn't pay for that house by myself. That's where I was going with it. This particular enabler put down $8,000 as a down payment for the house. She said she paid closing costs. That was part of that $8,000. So yeah, she actually told the truth on that. I will not call her a liar on that. I will call her a liar on the notion that I didn't pay for that house. Paying $8,000 on a $40,000 house is not paying for the house. And yes, she did co-sign. I am not telling her she didn't contribute. I'm not telling my soon-to-be ex-wife that she didn't contribute. But neither one of them is losing something, except for a person who was willing to die for them. A person who almost did die for one of them several times. So, how do you know a narcissistic enabler? Or abusive enabler, however you want to say it. I do kind of throw the word narcissist around a little too much, I have to admit that. Whenever you talk about your experience, you let it out. You don't stay silent about the pain that somebody caused you, or has caused you, or is no longer causing you. Nothing to defend. Nothing at all. And they attack you. Unprovoked. Of course, I'm sure that this particular person will consider the existence of the video provocation, but that's how that works. You said something that didn't make you look like this horrible, disgusting person. So I'm going to attack it. So everybody knows that you're a horrible, disgusting person. Well, unlike these people who are attacking me, I've actually taken accountability. I told the whole world, anybody who can watch YouTube, everything that I did. Every sin, every grievous crime, I broke laws. Funny thing is, so did they. They're breaking laws now. And the crazy thing is, they're tearing me down while taking no accountability for themselves. So what do you do in a situation like this? Laugh at them and move on. Their opinion makes me angry. It does. And that's what they want. They want me to feel angry and guilty and shameful. And I am only ashamed of the things that I did wrong and was not able to correct. I can't go back in time and undo things. I am not ashamed, however, of telling my side of a story that without having said those things would tear me apart inside emotionally. Has torn me apart inside emotionally. I dealt with 16 years of garbage and said nothing. I lost friends because I said nothing. Psychological and emotional abuse has a whole lot of physical and mental presentations. Failed memory, inability to think clearly, speech problems, heart problems, digestive problems, severe depression, suicidal tendencies, and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah. So I held that in for 16 years, saying nothing of what I was going through because I didn't want to lose her. Yeah, I made stupid decisions that would have made me lose her. And eventually I did confess. Well, somebody else confessed for me and I had to own up to it, which I should never have done those things in the first place. And if I did, I should have owned up to it in the beginning. I learned. I improved. But I stayed silent with the things that were messing me up. Well, we got another car. It's busy today. Out in the middle of nowhere, and it's still busy. So anyway, that's what I was saying. It completely messed my head up. As it turns out, one of the issues that I was having while I was working, and apparently it wasn't acknowledged that I was working, was a breathing problem that nearly killed me. It got to the point where I could barely function. The breathing problem, it was so difficult that I would nearly pass out almost every day. And I had to work, heavy labor, carrying things, weighed as much as me and more, while I could barely breathe. I would fall all over myself. It was terrible. And the crazy thing is, it wasn't physical. It wasn't a physical problem. I learned recently that it was due to stress. Stress caused by abuse. I ended up with severe medical conditions because of abuse. You want to call me a liar? Like I said in my response regarding the kids, I'm not the one that called them stupid or useless or worthless, because these little boys couldn't do the work of men like a man. Being treated like mules while their sister was coddled watching TV. And how do I know this? My children told me. This isn't something I assumed. My children told me. I did think at first, yeah, maybe my boys are just exaggerating what's going on. No, I got confirmation from the one who benefited the most from the whole thing. My daughter. So how about this? If you want to judge somebody for sins committed, how about you judge yourselves? My soon-to-be ex-wife, judge yourself for 16 years of emotional and psychological abuse perpetrated on me. To her narcissistic abuse, to her narcissistic enabler mother, who emotionally abused my sons and my daughter, because making the boys work like mules while coddling the daughter, that creates narcissists. That's one of the ways that narcissists are created. That is abuse. And something that is most certainly abuse. Calling children diminutive names because they're not doing things the way you want. One thing I've never done to my kids, no matter how loud or mean I was, I never told them that they were anything less than worthy. You want to act high and mighty. You want to act righteous. Get over yourself. You are no more sinless than I am. And the moment that you think you are, God himself is going to make sure you learn the hard way, just like he did with me. This is what happened. I learned the hard way because I refused to learn the easy way. Now, because you are judging others because you won't sin the same way that they do, and refusing to take accountability for your own sins, God will see to it that you learn the hard way because you won't learn the easy way. If you cannot hold yourselves accountable for your sins, just keep your mouth shut, or someone else is going to shut it for you. That's about all I have to say about that. If you won't learn the easy way, God will make you learn the hard way. I won't have to do a single thing except present facts. The judge is definitely going to make you learn. Violating temporary orders, several of them, not just one. Falsifying court documents, which carries jail time. Learn the easy way or learn the hard way, but you will learn. Now, on to more positive things. I ate too much. How is that a positive thing? It was brisket. So, yeah. Know your limits. Eating too much brisket, while it tastes good, hurts. I feel really bloated. And yeah, that's something I regret. Like at this particular moment is eating too much. I did manage to get more stuff from that house to where I was when I made the last video. I'm not going to let anybody bully me or intimidate me into stopping these videos. Like I said, I stayed silent for 16 years while I was abused emotionally and psychologically. And the worst thing you can do when all that is said and done, when all that is said and done, is stay silent. And hey, to my soon-to-be ex-wife, if you want to go online and tell your side of the story, go right ahead. There's not a whole lot that you're going to say that I'm not going to say too. Like I said, after this divorce is over, when it's all said and done, I will be making a tell-all video. And in that video, I will be telling on both of us. If you want to sue me after that, so be it. It's worth it. Absolutely worth it. We will both be accountable one way or another. If you won't hold yourself accountable, the whole world will hold you accountable. God will hold you accountable. The judge will hold you accountable. Anyway, yeah, I will be telling on myself completely. I will also be telling on her. I will tell the entire story from beginning to end. All the way from the lie that started this relationship to the deception that ended it. I'm really tired of people who cause harm playing victim. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I will continue to make videos. You can't bully me. You can't stop me. Even a court order wouldn't stop me. I'd rather go to jail. I'd rather go to prison than stop. So, and like I said, if my soon-to-be ex-wife wants to make videos telling on me, go ahead. I don't care. I don't even plan on using them in court. I have everything I need. She already gave it to me. Didn't even know it. And I'm going to tell you right now, nothing that I did as a minor is going to convince the judge to take my rights to my kids away. Or force me into supervised visitation. I was a minor. I was a kid. You can tell all you want. I don't mind. You're not going to hurt my feelings any. But I will tell you this. Regardless of what I have or haven't said on this platform, I haven't actually attacked my wife. All I did was tell my side of the story. That's it. If you're willing to attack me because you don't want my side of the story told, then you're complicit. That makes you an abuse enabler. Just like your family out in Gonzales. The crazy thing is, the people who got to see both sides of the story, who know all the things that I did and all the things that she did, those people are not on her side. My God, look at that. How about something a little happier? How about this, guys? Look at that. You cannot beat a good looking sunset. Got them clouds turning orange and everything. I kind of wish my camera did the light better. I'm sure I could put a filter on it, but that's a lot of work. Oh, there I go messing up. So yeah, I've complained enough. I just want to talk about good things. In fact, the video on which I was attacked, I was actually saying something good. I wasn't attacking anybody, wasn't talking down about or to anyone. And yes, I did buy that house. I got kicked out of the house that I bought. I wasn't the only one that bought it, and that is not what I'm saying. But aside from my strategy that allow us to pay a 20-year note in 3 years, and the substantial amount of my income that went into paying for the house, I know I'm not the only one that paid for that house, but I paid for that house. And yes, I thanked you once before, and I'll thank you again because I acknowledge the truth. Thank you for paying the closing costs. Thank you for putting the $8,000 down on the house. We would not have gotten in that house if it were not for you. The only things that I've been saying against you at all, and you notice I'm not saying your name, I'm not stupid. Only things I had said against you at all were the abusive things that you did to my children, and how you have enabled abuse knowingly. Whether you acknowledge it as abuse or not is irrelevant. Psychology acknowledges it as abuse. The DSM-5 acknowledges it as abuse. And again, as I've said before, I did do things that were abusive. You want to know the difference between an abuser and someone who has done things that are abusive? Someone who has done things that are abusive can change. They can learn from the things they did wrong and improve. They can acknowledge what they've done wrong and change their behavior. An actual abuser can't. They're called narcissists, by the way. Narcissists don't change their behavior for anything except themselves. They don't change their behavior to help people. They change their behavior to make themselves look good. If they stop doing something that's abusive, it won't be permanent. It'll only be long enough for the person to forget that the abuse happened, or to make themselves look good to somebody else. Ooh, I ate way too much. Man, here I am going back on a rant. I have to apologize for that. It's been my life for 16 years. Anyway, starting to get dark. Plus side, there are still birds flying north. For those of you who don't know, we are in the northern hemisphere. I'm sure you could probably tell by my accent. So yeah, birds are flying north. Warm weather's coming. Usually right around Easter we get one last cold snap. And then here in Texas, it turns into an oven. We still get green. Trees are green, grass is green, but it gets pretty hot. Oftentimes into triple digits. I'm looking forward to financial recovery, if nothing else. fulfilling all the dreams that I was denied. That's going to be really nice. And I would love to share it with my children. The judge gets to decide that.